babies, hey. Hola, babies, hi. Um, I'm only gonna sing my song today. So I'm gonna sing it at the beginning and I'm gonna sing it at the end because what I'm about to talk about is kind of heavy and I want to start it and end it by calling all of our energy back. So I really feel like at this point, y'all should kind of know this song. I sing it 3 times. And yeah, let's get it. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. Cleanse, renew, restored, and also free. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. Cleanse, renew, restored, and also free. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. Cleanse, renew, restored, and also free. I call all my energy back to me. Oh, okay. So, yesterday was not a good day for me. Like, I woke up and I felt defeated. Defeated is what I felt first. And I'm not gonna lie, the whole prior week before, um, my car has been down. So I've been sitting still for a week, right? But I was being positive about it. The entire week, I've been doing nothing but working on my website. You know, the one www.iwasjustcheatedon.com. I've been working on that all week. And I have been adding new products. One of a big one is the Cuddle Hug, right? I am going to be offering a service where I hug and cuddle you and help you release some of the stress, some of the bullshit of life that you've been holding on to. I've been telling y'all that this world needs more love, and I'm about to physically start giving more love to people. It's on my website. It's called a Cuddle Hug. There is a 30-minute session and there is a 60-minute session. There is a subscription that you can sign up for that will save you a little bit of money on it if you want to do it regularly. Um, but because of the week, I felt like maybe it was catching up to me. Like all the little small thoughts I had of what the fuck am I gonna do? So I was like, or maybe it's me. And the longer I laid in the bed, the sadder I got. And so some of you know, some of you don't. Last year was a really bad year for me. It's like the worst year of my life. And I actually got so low that I planned a suicide, right? I had it planned out. And right before I was going out the door to carry out my plan, the phone rang, and one of my guardian angels kept me from doing it. It's the only reason why I'm still sitting here talking to y'all, like real nigga shit. Um, Hi. I so initially I thought I was slipping back into suicidal depression because all day I don't want to be here. I'm tired. I'm tired. I am tired of this. I am tired of living like this. I'm tired of my life always blowing up. But there was something going on behind the scenes yesterday that I didn't know about. And unbeknownst to me, I was feeling my grandmother yesterday. My only still living grandma was dying yesterday. And I literally felt her like it was me. And I've never experienced that before. Thank you. And I still didn't know throughout the day. So I was crying. I was in my bed crying all day. It was like uncontrollable. I could not stop it. And around, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. I mean, I had been on my phone a little bit and I was trying to reach out to a couple people and see if they would come scoop me up and just love on me for a minute and kind of help me through it. All of that shit failed. It all failed and it showed me again, like when I say the last 8 days of my life have been a complete experience of deja vu of something that I went through last year. Well, a couple of things that I went through last year. It has been deja motherfucking vu, okay? But I'm pretty sure I passed the test this time around. And I gotta cut a motherfucker off. You showed me who you were yesterday. You gotta go. And I'm not gonna question that. It's a wrap. I questioned it last year and I kept doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. I'm not gonna do that this time. Um, as far as my car, this is literally the exact same thing happening again. Exact same thing. Last year in June, like June 20th, I will have had the car that I have for a whole year, right? And I want to say my car went down at the end of May last year. It started acting like it didn't want to shift gears. So me, I'm the type I don't keep driving my cars and letting them fuck up. So I parked it. And my car going down is how I ended up working in the strip club last year. Now, I ended up being a chef, but that's not why I went down there. It's not. Um, I had every intention on stripping. I bought the outfit, I bought a wig because I wasn't going to look like me. I wasn't going to be in there with my hair. My hair was already locked. Um, I bought the shoes. I didn't actually know I was talking about this today. I'd have brought that shit out here. I'd have showed it to you. Like, I have the whole thing. Now, what I didn't know was going to happen is that they make you fill out an application, right? So when I filled it out and you putting down your shit, they were like, "Wait, you cook?" Um, yeah. Okay, well, we need another chef here. And I was like, what? And they was, I don't know what my stage name was gonna be. I don't know. I didn't get that far. I didn't get as far as picking a name. I had an outfit and a wig and the shoes though, and I was in the strip club on an amateur night, gonna perform like real nigga shit. That was my plan. But you see, the universe had other plans for me, and they opened up a different job because I was willing to do some shit that I wasn't willing to do before to get myself out of a place because I was like, I need money and I need money quick. I had been door dashing last year because when I say my attitude was bad, I couldn't deal with people. So door dashed work, sweet cheeks, uh, the real sexy red. uh-uh. No, that's a no for that name. I kind of like sweet cheeks. Um, but I probably would have did ghetto booty because that was a nickname I had when I was like 14. Or bubblicious. That was another nickname I had when I was a teenager. But anyways, yeah, they opened up a whole my spirit team opened up a whole entire another path for me and me doing something that I was good at and already knew how to do. So while I intended to go to the strip club and strip, hey, I like sexy goddess. I like that. Well, while I intended to go and shake my ass on the stage, I ended up going and cooking food. And I ended up being, well, I'm good at it anyway, you know. But they, people, why is it so dark? People was, bragging on my food, right? Everywhere I went. Well, not everywhere I went. Every time I would show up, they would be like, oh, you here tonight? Because at first I was only working 2 days. I was working Tuesdays and I was working Saturday night at the strip club. That's how it started. And um, every time I would be there, they'd be like, oh, you here tonight? I'm going to order some food. You mean to tell me? They didn't, well, the other chefs, they sucked. I'm just, I'm just tell the truth and shame the devil. Them other chefs suck ass. And I am really good in the kitchen. Like, I love to do it. So, since it's a passion of mine, everything I make tastes good. Okay? So, I had motherfuckers in the strip club eating salads. Yeah. They had salad on their menu, but I season my salads too. Like, I done started my cooking show back up on YouTube. And I'll put the link on Facebook when I get off here for YouTube if you don't already have it. And um, um, shit. I just lost my whole train of thought. Lord have mercy. I know I was talking about the strip club though. But then people didn't eat when I wasn't there. Oh, salad. When I came, these ordering salads. Mind you, they was ordering them with meat. They wanted like shrimp on them, and they wanted our chicken, and but they was ordering salad, my nigga. Salad was one of the main things I said. The chicken wings and the lamb chops. They was coming up there buying them motherfucking lamb chops. Okay? And I don't eat meat, but bitch, I can cook it. All right? I can cook it. So I was well liked there. And over time, there was three of us at one point, and each one of us was doing 2 days because the strip clubs out in Atlanta are closed on Sundays. Ain't none of them open. They are open Monday through Saturday. And the other two chefs quit. And me personally, I liked the job so much, and they was cashing me out at the end of the night. I started working all 6 days, right? But all of that is irrelevant. I was at the strip club because I needed to get another car, and I did just that. Um, but again, I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna be all right. So back to deja vu. My car is down again. It's a year later. A nigga playing in my face again. It's a year later. And it all came to a head yesterday with the passing of my grandma. So when I finally got up out of the bed, because I was like, I gotta shake this, I gotta move. I got up, I took a shower. I was in the shower for about an hour. When I got out of the shower, I lathered up in the body butter that you see me shining with, that's also on my website. And I came out here and I sat on the front porch. And I smoked a little bit. That helped. And when I smoked, I had a thought, bitch, if you don't go eat some of them shrooms you got and make yourself feel better. And I had completely forgot I had them for one. And I haven't been eating them because every time I did, that nigga from last year's higher self would show up. And because I was struggling with what was happening between us down here on earth, I couldn't handle it. It was too much for me. So I stopped going in the ethers. And eating shrooms will take you in the ethers and get you some answers, get you some knowledge to some shit you want to know. There's no reason for you to be afraid of them. The only reason why y'all are afraid of them is because you don't deal with your emotions down here as a human. So when you get on them goddamn shrooms and they open you up and you can't suppress all that shit you've been suppressing for years and years and years and years and fucking years, you feel like you have a terrible trip because all that shit comes to the surface. Half y'all spend your whole time fucking crying, but you don't want to tell nobody that. It was a bad trip, I'll never do it again. It wasn't a bad trip. You needed to release. And your body was finally able to release because you couldn't force it to stay in. Then mushrooms brought your guard down. They brought your walls down. And now you got to feel your feelings. Y'all don't like feeling y'all feelings. And I don't know why. Y'all scared to cry. Y'all want to call crying sissy, punk, whatever. Crying is cleansing. If we didn't need to do it, it wouldn't be an emotion that we have. It wouldn't be a reaction that we have. So I sat down here and I ate them. And then they kicked in and I went on a whole ride. I went on a trip yesterday. I indeed did get loved on in the ethers by a few different people. Um, Another friend of mine was on this trip with me, and they helped me carry the weight of yesterday because as I'm on this trip, my mama number come across my screen. And when I seen it, I could feel her energy. Okay, so let me explain. I feel people's energy on my own. When I smoke weed, it gets stronger. When I eat shrooms, it gets stronger, 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 stronger. Okay? So I could feel my mama's energy through the fucking phone. I knew she was calling with bad news and I didn't want to answer it because I was actually enjoying my trip and I had been sad all fucking day. So I didn't answer my phone. But then my kid was sitting out here next to me and they were in their phone and read a text message out loud. My sister that said my grandma wasn't doing well and um, she was going to the hospital. And I said, oh, I guess we going to the hospital. So I kind of knew my grandma's been sick for a while. She had stage 4 cancer in her jaw. And she was suffering. She was really suffering, and I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. She's at peace. And I felt her go into peace last night. Um, Shit. Ooh, she's here. um, when we got there, everybody was in the room, and my aunties were distraught. Like I knew I had to go. I knew I had to go for my sister for one. Um, and I thought it was just for my sister, but it was for everybody. I carried a lot of weight, a lot of pain last night. I gave hugs and I took pain from people. I hugged them and they stopped crying. And this is a big, like, I had got prompted earlier in the day to watch Grey's Anatomy. It's one of my favorite fucking shows. And I hadn't been watching this season. And someone was just like, put it on. Put it on. So I turned it on. And I think it was like episode 3 of this 20th season. And there was a man that kept having anxiety and panic, right? Mind you, I got the idea for Cuddle Hug a few months ago. It's been a minute. I put it on my website, but somehow, like, I put the product on there, but it wasn't showing up on my website. It's there now. It's there now, but it wasn't there. And as I'm watching this man is like freaking out. And this lady comes rushing in and she gets behind him and she straddles him and she puts her hand right here, hand on his heart chakra. And she starts telling him to relax and she soothes him and he immediately sinks into her and calms the fuck down. I mean, we do this for our children all the time and we don't pay it any attention. There is a lot of power in a hug. And I'm a Pisces, so I absorb energy. So when I give hugs, I take on other people. So last night, I gave all of my grandmother's children a hug. Now, my dad wasn't crying. I personally don't think it's hit him yet. It hasn't hit him yet. But my aunties, they weren't okay. I could feel it. They weren't okay. So I just hugged them real tight and I squeezed them and I rubbed their backs. And I told them that it was going to be okay and that she didn't leave us. She just left this body. She just left that broken body. And it's interesting because the aunt that I had some animosity with was the most receptive to me giving a hug yesterday. She fell into it. And then the other sister, she was a little resistant, but when I squeezed her and pulled her on in, she came on in. My dad wouldn't do it. And because he won't do it, it's gonna be bad when he finally does. But I'm gonna be there to help. So after I gave everybody hugs, I was okay for a minute. And then my sister got distraught and was like, I felt like she was crying the tears that my dad should have been crying, right? And I had to go. I knew I had to go for my sister because I knew she was going to take it hard because she's carrying life. And she felt like her baby was taking her grandma. And that's just how this game works. One leaves, one comes in. That's just how this game works. He didn't take her. He's given us as much time with her as we could get. And we got to be thankful for that. Because he could have came earlier and he didn't. In fact, he's still holding on. He'll be here any day though. He coming. But after that, after I consoled my sister, I started to not feel good. Like I got lightheaded and I had to go sit down. And as I sat down, I felt my grandma stronger because they was all the doctors and she was not gone. Wasn't gone yet. I could feel her. Um, and my whole family, they were, it's like I took it and I was holding it Like, I swear I was a death doula last night. And I've heard people talk about it, and the thought of it makes me feel, I don't know, I felt weird hearing about it. But after like actually doing it last night, it might be something that I need to offer for people, because the way that my family stopped crying and everybody started talking and talking about memories and laughing, and the room got lighter. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good at all. My friend helped me that weight because they can tap into people and they can tap into you and feel what you feel. And I am so thankful for her. She helped me hold that shit last night. And we held it until my grandma was like, they're gonna be okay, and her soul left her body. And when her soul left her body, I broke down crying. And my kid was next to me and started rubbing my back. And that was helpful. But I felt her leave. And I'm pretty sure it's because I've gotten into the past life regressions where you go into a deep state of consciousness and you go back to a lifetime you've been in, and you leaving that body. Like, you can feel that. So I've tapped into some shit, and it's given me some shit. So yesterday was a lot. But once my grandma's soul left her body, everything that I had been feeling all fucking day went away. I didn't feel like I wanted to die no more. I didn't feel tired no more. And when that happened, I said, oh shit, I've been feeling her all day. Like, it might have been a little bit of me, but I was feeling my grandma. And I didn't know I could do that. But it makes sense because these superpowers that I have come from that side of the family. So, like, a lot of y'all don't think so, but some of us have our shit because it's inherited. We always been this way. It always gets passed down. Some people learn and teach themselves, but there are some of us who are born with this shit. I am one of them people who was born with this shit. My child was born with this shit. My daddy was born with this shit. Yesterday my sister was born with this shit. All our kids are born with this shit. My nephew and my niece both said they felt it. And they didn't know what they were feeling either. We felt her because she is the matriarch of our family, and she was leaving this plane. I was not the only person who felt my grandma. I want to say my nephew said he felt her Sunday. He said Sunday or Monday. He really couldn't remember. And he just said, I was tired all day and I just didn't want to get out of the bed. I didn't want to do nothing. Um, I don't remember what my niece said. I don't remember. There's a butterfly. um, but shrooms helped me tap in a little deeper yesterday. And it's definitely something I'm going to get back to doing because, for one, you get knowledge. And when you get knowledge, you gain power. So, and for me, I go up there and I gain knowledge itself. Like when I was in the Bahamas, I told this story before. I learned how to float while I was eating shrooms. Like, I've never been able to float. And I always wanted to. I always thought that shit was so fucking cool. But I could never do it. And I learned that I could never do it because I was always scared of sinking. So since I was always scared of sinking, I would sink So being on shrooms, I'm in the water and I hear, just let go. Just relax and let go. So I did. And when I say I let my weight go and my legs did like a buoy and they just popped up, this shit shocked me. I was, what the fuck? And then I was excited like a 5-year-old kid who got their favorite toy because I never been able to do that before. And you mean to tell me all the fuck I had to do was relax? All the fuck I had to do was let go? Sometimes all the fuck we have to do is let go. Just let go. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to dictate. Just sometimes we have to sit back and chill. And I feel like that's been the lesson for me the last week because I've really been running around, always busy, always gone. And while I was accomplishing things, I wasn't necessarily accomplishing what needed to be done. I don't know. Um, so I really wanted to come on and just let people know that I'm okay. Let people see that I'm okay because I know I made a couple posts on Facebook yesterday and I had a few people reach out. So I'm good. Um, Most of that was feeling my grandmother leaving this earth. So, um, and now I'm like, well, hell, I gotta be mindful because I never know when I'm feeling somebody else and it's not even me. Like, I learned a lot yesterday. I was, matter of fact, I gotta go put a birth time in. I got somebody's birth time on shrooms. Yeah, that part. And I got all the rest of their information. So now I'm gonna see their chart for what it really is. I gave somebody else a time for a birth chart because this person wanted their chart and they couldn't remember it. And my friend was trying to rectify the time. So while we were talking, and I realized that as I was asking questions, I was getting answers. I just asked, and they told me the time. Because when you get on the shrooms, you come out of this game, and you go up there with the motherfuckers that's controlling it, which is your higher self and other people's higher self. I had a lot of people's higher selves around me yesterday. um, so something that came up while I was up there. I'll tell this one, and then I'll save some stuff for another live. So last year, when I did my past life regression in the Bahamas, there was a point where I was being asked how we evolve on this plane, and they told me that, and mind you, I was on shrooms in that regression. I think that's kind of how I got all the way up on fucking Uranus. Because, yeah, I done lived on other planets. Some of y'all probably have too. But then they were saying that we come and we're like grass, and then you can be like flowers, and then you can be like trees, and then you can be animals, and then after that, um, you can come back as trees again, but the trees do more. Like they're the empathy trees. They're the trees that want the hugs. Um, They're the trees that'll take your sadness and all of the things. And then you can start coming as human. But I didn't get the details on becoming human that I got yesterday. Yesterday, it was said that you come in this plane as a man first, because masculine energy, and masculine energy rules the lower three chakras: the red, the orange, and the yellow. So the sacral, the the root, the sacral, and the solar. And most people like to be in their root. They like physical things and everything else. So as you graduate mastering these chakras, then you can become a woman. Mm-hmm. And when you become a woman, you've leveled up. You've come out of your head, and now you're moving into your heart space, because after the solar is the heart. And once you hit the heart, you start hitting feminine energy. And this is why it's so hard for men to love. They don't want to come in their heart space. Men want to stay in their head. They want to stay in their head. They want to think about everything logically. They don't want to involve any emotion. No emotion whatsoever. So, for me, I now realize why I have been a man 80% of my lifetime, and I've only been a woman 20% of my lifetimes. It took my black ass, took my brown ass a long time to master them lower chakras, and I still struggle with that shit. I hop down low and be ready to beat somebody's ass in a heartbeat. Do you hear me? But I don't struggle going into my heart space. I don't have a problem giving love. I give love all the time. I give love freely, so much that people think that I'm trying to play them. They think that I'm trying to get something out of them, when I'm just genuinely loving on you. Like real nigga shit. The only thing I would want in return is some love. Like I'm not loving on you to get no money. I'm not loving on you to get you to buy me things. I'm not loving on you to get you to pay my bills. I'm loving on you because you need some fucking love. Like, that's it. So, something else that came out with that is this younger generation, there's a lot of them that are coming back because they beat the man level. They're coming back as women, right? But they don't like it because they've been a man for so long. And I'm almost positive that I got this information because I have a child who's dealing with these feelings and these emotions. And I brought that child on my trip with me yesterday, and they refused to cry. They would not cry, and they needed to. They wouldn't cry so much and was holding it back so bad, their eyes were pushing out of their head. Like I could see it. It was shape shifting my child's face because they were holding so many tears back there and would not release them. I put my baby in my lap, held them, stroked them, everything. It started coming, and it was kind of like when they felt it, they turned their head and no. And so what I was trying to explain to my child was, while they were saying, but I don't like this, and I don't, you can do whatever you like to that avatar. That's not the issue. The issue is coming in your heart space and giving love. You don't want to give love because you want to be mad. You want to be angry at the people who have done hurtful things, and you want them to pay for that. And I get it, because for a minute I was in the same place, but when I say I have done a whole lot of crying and releasing and forgiving in that situation, because I know this the situation that has my child so upset. But these kids are altering their bodies because they don't want to go in their heart space and be feminine. This is why we have so much transgender. And then you have a lot of these men down there who haven't beat the level that they need to beat to become a woman, trying to change themselves into a woman because they want to be in the heart space, but they're not doing the work to get there. So they think that they can just change their outside and jump to being a woman. And it don't work like that. And I was like, this was me all day yesterday with all the information I got. I got so much information yesterday. And it's a lot more things that I have to tell y'all. But I'm not gonna bullshit and tell y'all that God told me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was on shrooms and I went and talked to people, went and talked to higher selves, and because they know everything. They know what the fuck gonna happen. Shrooms are a cheat code to life. So is weed. Y'all condemn it. This is why they put, see, and oh my God, I have said this before. So I was saying they started putting our men in jail for selling marijuana because they were lifting the consciousness of their communities. Weed takes you to an elevated consciousness. Marijuana, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, loud, whatever. It takes you to a high, you get high. You're going to a higher plane. You get smarter when you smoke. I don't know how y'all don't know this, but weed is a cheat code to life. When I found it, I didn't put it down because it helped me in several areas. It helped me sleep. I had insomnia because my brain wouldn't stop. My brain is always going. Y'all have no idea. I can multitask. Like yesterday, I was answering my friend, I was answering my child, and I was asking questions, and I was doing it all simultaneously. I've always been able to do that, but I didn't know why. Um, so they're putting our men in jail because they can't have us thriving. If we come together and we all getting high and coming up with ideas on how we can be better and how our children can be better, where does that leave the elite who wants to run this planet without slaves to run their slave ships? Because their slave ships are the jobs. That's the plantation. Your bosses is your master. And yeah, so they're giving our men years and years and years for elevating the consciousness of their men. I mean, elevating the consciousness of their community. And shrooms does the same thing. That's why they want them to be illegal. Yeah, if y'all think y'all ancestors wasn't doing psychedelics and going up and talking to their higher selves, you're crazy. They talk about how the Indians was doing it all the time and how they had shamans and um, witch doctors and all the things. And over time, they've made all that shit evil. But why? You've made it evil for people to go up there and get the answers on how to heal without y'all's pharmaceuticals that make everybody fucking sick, that make people sicker. You're not healing. You're masking. Pharmaceuticals mask shit. Herbs heal shit. So marijuana and weed and shrooms are a cheat code to life. If ain't nobody else gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't get knowledge to keep to myself. Knowledge is meant to be shared. So when I learn shit, y'all gonna learn shit. I can do that when I sit on live. This is where I can be my whole projector self and project every fucking thing I know because you came here. I didn't bring you. You wanted to come hear what I had to say, and I love that. But this is a way for me to be me um, without overbearing people. Because if it's too much, you can click off the damn live. If I'm too much, you can block me. But if it resonates, if you feel a reaction through your body, if you get goosebumps, if your whole body warms up, you were supposed to hear what the fuck I'm telling you. I'm not her and I'm not finna say that. She might say that shit on live. I'm not saying that. Because it's not. Everything I said is the motherfucking truth. If you don't want to believe it, that's on you. Because no. I'm not playing that game. They want to be mad at me, they can be mad at me. Who gonna come beat my ass? So yeah, I done heard other people say that, but I'm not finna say this is for entertainment purposes only. No, bitch. This the truth. I don't lie. Lie for what? What's the point? When you can get on shrooms and go get the exact same answer. You don't believe me? Try it. Take your ass up there and ask them. So, it's motherfuckers on these goddamn platforms condemning this shit. I'm not finna do that. They gonna block or censor me anyway. I don't really care about Facebook. YouTube ain't gonna block me. And YouTube is where I've been doing my shit. The only reason why I still been coming on Facebook is because when I come off of this phone that I'm on, they don't separate my picture and my sound. It's the only reason why I still been coming on here for y'all. Because otherwise you would have to catch me on YouTube. I don't give a fuck about, see this, and I keep trying to explain this to, I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers. Block me, bitch, censor me, I don't fucking care. They done took a whole page, I don't care. You're not gonna silence me, you're not gonna censor me. I'll just make another fucking page. This the second one, I'll make another. Fuck Facebook. With no lube, in the ass. I just, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. But yes, yesterday was, it was a lot, but I enjoyed it. Like, I was so glad that I listened and I came and did what I was asked to do. And the day ended, it ended sad, but it ended on a good note too, because everybody who was here, that's like immediate family to my grandma, was in that room. And everybody was there loving on each other. And she knew that she could go and go in peace. So I it's still a little heavy. And I know the funeral is gonna, oh, that's gonna be real heavy. But we're gonna get through it. We're gonna be all right. But yeah, I just want to get on here and explain what was going on. See, it done been 50 fucking minutes and there was no typing. There was no way I could type this out. It just, I could have, but no. I'm not going to type it out. I just go live. I'll probably be live again later this week because, like I said, I got a whole lot of information. But yeah, if you need a hug and you are in the Greenville, South Carolina area, go ahead and hop on that website and order you one, and I'll come love on you. It's called Cuddle Hug, and it's on www.iwasjustcheatedon.com. But yeah, that's all I got today. So I'm gonna call our energy back one more time because that's all I sang today, and then I'm gonna let y'all. Oh, there's a dragonfly. Then I'm gonna let y'all marinate on this juicy word, on this good meal you have just received. Don't they say that in church? But anyways, all right. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. renewed, restored, and also free. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. Cleanse, renew, restored, and all. I call all my energy. I call all my energy back to me. I call all my energy back to me. Cleanse, renew, restore, and also free. I call all my energy back to me. Ooh. I just sang that at the beginning, but it's mad energy coming back right now. Ooh. All right. Y'all know my lines. Oh, we need more love in this world. Drink more water. No dry coochie in 2025. Drink your waters. Drink your water. Just drink your water. And if you can't love on anybody the fuck else, make sure you love on your motherfucking self. Okay? Okay. Okay, I love you. Love you. Bye bye. Oh, this phone.